All right, everybody, welcome to Moneyball. Tonight we got a real special guest. I got my man Rick Hyde with
Hi,
me here.
what's up with it?
Hey, man. Listen, thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview. We've been doing a lot of athletes lately, all kinds of athletes from, Baby Joe to Damone Harris, a local Buffalo cat, like some other guys. And to
Yeah.
get a musician like you, man, who I'm a big fan of, is a real pleasure. So I want to thank you very much for coming on with me.
Oh man, thank you for having me, man.
So I want to dive right into it, man. With the recent success, of the label, Black Soprano label, and everything, Benny and West and Khan have been doing. Um, has it kind of taken you by storm? Has it taken you off guard, or did you always kind of know where you were going to be?
Yo, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I kind of knew we was gonna end up here at some point.
You know what?
Nah,
That's
man,
not
it's what
that's
we
not
just worked.
arrogant, man.
Right now, it's what we worked for, man. Even back in the day before we had record deals or whatever, I used to go on all the hip hop blog sites daily. I was on World Star, always doing homework. I was always tuned in, always knew about SoundScan, and I was always ahead of the curve with the music, with the business side of it. So now that I actually get to apply all my skills, it's fun. It's more fun than anything.
Yeah, I mean, you've absolutely, perfected that craft, man. I know Shay had a big influence on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Shay, actually, you know what? Before we even roll on, DJ Hassan said, "What's up?"
Oh, Haas, man, Haas is a legend. That's my guy.
He's a
I
good
met him
dude,
through Shay.
man. He
Yeah.
actually works with me with my day job, man. I see him all the time. He's always talking about. He told me he used to babysit you guys. He told me. Is he lying?
Nah, he might have watched this for like 20 minutes.
I figured, man. I figured he was full of it. Listen, I got a chance to listen to. I've been listening to your stuff for a while. I've been listening to Benny stuff for a while. I think everybody kind of chooses their favorite as far as you guys go. And once I started, man, listening to your stuff, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to offend anybody. But you've leapfrogged a couple people, in my opinion, bro.
Thank
You
you,
got a,
man.
you
Thank you,
got a
man.
nice flow.
Thank you, man. I credit it to my to my seniority in the game. A lot of people don't know I've been doing this for a very long time, man. I've been rapping since I've been rapping in like professional studios since I was like 16 years old. So like you hear the separation of me and other cats when you hear me rapping. You hear the dominance. You hear the enunciation of the words. You hear the
Right.
extensive vocabulary. That's just all with me. I just got more experience than people.
Yeah, that's a great answer because I was listening today and I was kind of concentrating. So, I'm 44 years old, right? And I've been listening. I grew up listening to Wu-Tang. And
Okay.
Wu-Tang, the closest thing that I can say at all, man, to the Wu-Tang now is Black Soprano. I mean, is Black Soprano, is Griselda.
Yeah.
You guys hit the chord there, man. Like, and that's a huge compliment. But the way you flow,
Yeah.
and the way that you guys do that dominant, you tell stories the way the way Wu used to.
Or
Like
yeah.
I see.
And it's crazy that you say that because we never like intended to do that. Like it was like the whole Wu Tang comparison thing. It's the honor, it's a blessing, but it's totally unintentional. We just
Really,
all
yeah,
been
yeah,
rapping. We just been rapping with each other so long. It's just like we just got the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
and now the world get to see like what we've been doing since like 2011.
yeah, no doubt. And you've been doing it for so long. Did you guys listen to Wu though? Was that a big influence for you guys?
Oh, of course, man. After like I finally got to meet Raekwon. I finally got
Nice.
to meet. Yeah, that was nice. I finally got to meet Inspector Deck. I talked to Inspector Deck a couple months ago on Instagram. So yeah, I mean, like it's like yo, like these dudes is like these are the dudes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I was
yeah.
born in '89, so yeah, I know Wu Tang songs. Like that was right when I got to learn, right when I got to talking. So it's
Bro.
like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, to be like even recognized by these dudes is just, get alone acknowledged. It's just like it's crazy, man. It's a blessing.
Well, and it's Ray was on I don't know if it was Conway's album or if it was on West's album. He was on one of the two, and he was basically just prophesizing you guys, man. He was saying basically y'all are the next coming, and he was so proud of who you guys are and the respect he had for you, and as soon as I heard that, like I said, man, I mean, I used to have a Rottweiler named Rizza, man. Like I grew up just loving you, and I heard that and I was like, man, they're getting the praise that's due. And I was trying to kind of look and say, who does Ricky sound like to me? And I thought of two guys, right? I thought of Inspector Deck, and then I heard a little bit on one album, man, where there was some Killer Army, right? You had kind of the flows sounded like some old school Killer Army stuff, who was just, to me, they were the raddest, sidetrack who ever put out. And that's a huge compliment too, man. But there was some flow that I was listening to it. I'm like, man, this sounds like Killer Army,
Nah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I just been, I listen, man. I'm just honored, bro, to be in the position I'm in. Cause like I said, I worked hard, man. I've been working forever for this, man. So to be where I'm at with it and to get the praise that I do daily is just like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, man. You seem like you're a humble dude, somebody that well, again, you're proud of what you accomplished, but you're not walking around saying, hey, I'm the shit. You're gonna let people judge for themselves. And so far, so good, right?
Right, exactly.
What are you working on right now? I know you had an EP recently. I just heard Bodies on Bodies. Is that a new album coming out?
Say that one more time.
You had the new single you dropped, Bodies on Bodies, right?
Oh yeah, that's just some stuff I put out. I didn't get to talk to the fans lyrically in a long time, so I was like, let me just give y'all something to. But I think I'm gonna put that single on my album, Place 3. I'm not sure when I'm gonna drop it. I kind of want to drop it on Thanksgiving. It might, and it might not happen. So I don't know. But Place 3 is coming up. But I'm dropping an album. This is a bomb. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm dropping an album / EP July 21st. Actually, it's called Lupara.
Boom.
It's fire. It's produced by the same people that produced Pyrex Picasso for Benny.
Okay.
So the kind of beats we coming with. And I got every member of Black Soprano family on the project.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be a total vibe.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for letting me know right off the bat there. Like the one thing, man, the beats, whether it's Alchemist or a couple other cats I know that are producing this stuff, it's all got, man, and you remember the Gravediggers, right? And you remember some of those old school.
Oh,
it's got that eerie flow to it, right? Where it's got that kind of cracked off beat in the background where it's broken, right? It's and that, man, is
I did a crazy record. I just did a crazy record a couple of weeks ago with Benny. It's going on Benny Def Jam album with Alchemist. We was at Alchemist House. We did it. Me, Benny, West Side Gun on a hook, and he just told me Conway getting on it. So that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be big. That's gonna be big for the city, big for me, big for Griselda. Like I'm like gonna be like the only okay, they got features with like Eminem. They did the song together with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And then they gonna do the song together with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm honored.
Hell yeah. Listen, there's no reason they shouldn't be, man. You're right in there with them right now, man. So where are you staying now? Are you got a place in Buffalo? Are you all over the place? Where are you? Where's home now?
Right now I'm all over the place, man. It's too much work to be done, man. Got to be outside, but I'm like mostly in Atlanta though.
Okay.
I love it down there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like the Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
Of a big booty woman.
So ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Atlanta's
I'm back and forth though, because my kid's still in Buffalo, so I'm back and forth constantly.
So how old you got? What, you got a couple kids? You got one kid or?
I got 3 kids. My son actually graduated 8th grade tomorrow.
All right.
He's 13. I got him. He make the beats. He make the beats now. So I've been taking the back seat and let him. People think they're getting beats from me, but they actually getting beats from him.
Man,
that's just a testament to how good his skill level is at 13.
That is cool as hell too. It runs in the family, huh?
Yeah, that man. I'm so thankful. I thought he was gonna do something else, man.
You're like, listen, if you're not gonna go be a pro baller, right? If you're not gonna go be a pro athlete, then I want you making beats for me.
Nah, for real. Nah, he decided to make me like, Dad, let me see your computer. I'm like, what you? I'm like, what? You got some homework to do? So he's like, I want to make a beat. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. It's always interesting how people kind of generationally, in my opinion, they look at different levels of hip hop, right? They look at different levels of more, not hip hop, more specifically rap, right? To me,
Right.
there's different levels, right? I think there's rappers and I think there's hip hop artists. To me, you're a rapper, right? You're an MC. Like that's how I feel about you. And I think there's some people out there that are doing it that I don't think are bad. They have their own rhythm, they have their own flow, but they're not MCs.
Right.
And I think there's a big difference between the two. Would you hit on that a little bit? Like, do you think the same, or how do you what's your thought on that?
No, I could safely say this. Now, rapping is a skill. You have to know how to rap. Your syllables got to match. Your cadence got to be different. It's got to be on. Rapping is like, and then being an MC is even more like, because anybody can be a rapper, because you can have somebody write it for you, and you can just reiterate it, and then voila, it's a hit record, or however the universe flows. But
That's a
being an
great point.
MC,
That's a great point. What you just sorry to interrupt you, but that's a great point.
yeah, but and then being an MC is different because the MC captivates you with his rap. You're more attached to the MC's words. You remember, I'm saying, the MC moves you, he motivates you. It's emotion when you hear what he's saying to you. I mean, as aside from a rapper, you just go with the sonics of it.
Yeah.
If I explained it good enough.
No, I think you nailed it, man. I think that it makes a lot of sense to me, and I think people who are going to be listening to this, are going to be hip hop fans, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Give me some of your. So you're an '80s boy, '80s baby, right?
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are your influences? I mean, I guess other than the typical, right? Because you could say, of course, Wu-Tang we talked about, but who are some of the early influences that you wanted to kind of emulate with your style?
Man, I used to Lloyd Banks, mixtape Lloyd Banks was crazy. Joe Button.
Joe Button, man. Listen, Joe Button back in the day
was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. You know what I mean? Late Registration, Kanye.
Yep.
The Desert Storm. That. You know what I'm saying? I'm inspired by the MCing of it, the punchlines, the stuff that captivated. You know what I'm saying? The mixtape Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? That's what motivated me. And I'm like, okay, if they can put similes together like that, metaphors, and I'm like, I know I can make up some stuff. So yeah, I'm saying that because I started rapping like around 7th, 8th grade when I was like 12, 13. So it's like, man, I'm like, I can do this.
Did you have? Was it like?
You just gotta think differently, but you gotta make it make sense. I got a whole concept that I abide by. I call it complex simplicity.
Okay.
So let me explain it. Complex simplicity basically is it's complex enough for me to be okay with, but it's simple enough for anybody to understand.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm dumbing my raps down.
Yeah, no, I like that because you seem very cerebral to me, man. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders, and you have to be able to spit the type of cadence that you do, man. So,
that's a fact. That's all. I be telling people, all you gotta do is listen. I'm telling you, might have to play it back a few times, but all you gotta do is listen. You'll be like, yo, this dude just went bananas.
There was some stuff I heard today, man, and I was trying to, and I was going to come on and I was going to kind of mess around with you a little bit, but I said, no, I don't know him well enough. I'm just gonna, chop it up with this guy. There was some things that were just crazy, right? That I listened to, and I played them back, and I said, man, that wordplay, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? I got to ask you a question. What do you think of Eminem in the game? Like, so what do you think? There's been so much controversy lately about Eminem, and is he, a true MC and all this stuff, because he's rapping about his mom and pills and all that stuff, right? What do you think of Em? Are you still a fan of his?
We got to check.
Yeah, I mean, Eminem, like he's certain things you can't take away from certain people. We can't take away the fact that Eminem dropped the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah.
You can't take songs like Hi, my name is. You can't take stuff like that away. Like all that stuff is part of is rap history. So you can't take that away from him. Now, am I a fan of him? Yes. Do I like listen to him daily? No, not anymore. I mean, Eminem was a time. It was a moment in hip hop.
Yeah.
It's not Eminem's moment in hip hop anymore. That don't make him less Eminem.
That's a good point, man. I love that. I love that answer. I do. So Joe Button, it's funny you mentioned him because I listen to Joe a lot. Like he doesn't get a lot of respect, and I listen to him a lot. Like his last couple albums, it's been a few years, right? But that dude's just always sad, right? He's always like talking about some girl breaking his heart or some nonsense. And but he's got flow, man.
Yeah, man, he used to be the GOAT, man. I feel like he let. I don't know. I don't really got an answer because he used to be so hungry.
Yeah.
He used to be so hungry. It was like that's where I get like my tenacity to prove myself as a rapper from kind of. Because when he used to rap, he just was so invigorated. You could tell he was just like slighted, or you could tell he was just trying to prove the point, like, yo, you can't rap better than me. Trust me. So I mean, I asked him when we did the pod. Actually, I asked him would he rap again. He said only way he'll rap again is if Benny give him a feature. So I don't know. To be determined.
Yeah, right. Who knows? So listen, I won't keep you too long, but I want little bit more time if I can.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm out here on the res, man, looking at my boy's property. It's crazy out here, man. You know what I mean?
No, that's cool, dude. Listen, like I said, man, you taking the time is good enough for me. You know, we'll
it's like 177 acres, bro. We just looking at mad land.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I know you've been Jesse and Ruby you've been spending some time with, man. They're cool people.
Yes, I love Jesse and Ruby, man. Shout out to Jesse and Ruby. Yeah. Shaman 2 Native Hype Mart. We having a Butcher Boxing Fest July 1st.
Boom. That's what I was waiting for, man, right? You can do any shout out you want on this joint. Greatest thing to ever come out of Buffalo was the chicken wing, the Buffalo Bills, and Black Soprano, right?
Yeah.
So are you doing?
I do not disagree.
Right? Are you doing a lot of Buffalo projects, charities? You giving back, like doing stuff staying involved with Buffalo, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, definitely. As you know, we got the sports firm as well, big sports firm, everything BSF. So I'm actually like a talent, like a scout agent. So I'll be going to like all the basketball games, community stuff.
Okay.
I'm looking at our next client. Like we actually represent Thomas Bryant.
Okay.
For the Denver Nuggets. He just won the championship with the Nuggets. Shout out to
Yeah. Is he a Buffalo dude?
He's actually from Rochester.
Okay. All right.
Rochester, so he's close enough. He's a brother.
Yeah. Sister city.
Then we also represent Deion Dawkins of the Buffalo Bills. So,
okay.
He's about to be the first ever. Okay, y'all see soon. And then,
no, listen, don't spoil anything. But Deion's a good dude. He does our stuff with West Her too. He's a great dude.
Yeah, that's my guy. And then our next client I'm looking at is actually my kid's cousin. His name Nick McMillan. He played wide receiver for the UB Bulls. He's crazy.
Okay.
Man, this kid born and raised Buffalo. He played Pop Warner football, Little League football in Buffalo, and he's gonna go to the next level. Trust me. So we're trying to just depict his story and tell it properly because we're just trying to let people know out of Buffalo you can make it in all. Like you don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to tell my same story. You can tell Nick's story too. And be an athlete. You can get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So we just like everything we do is Buffalo first, man. Yeah. Like contrary to what everybody might say or the hate that we might take in, or because with everything positive is always negative. That's the way of the world. That's how we balance things out. But
no doubt.
Everything we do is pro Buffalo, man. I'm in Buffalo right now.
Yeah.
So like I love Buffalo. This is my baby. Yeah. And I'm gonna carry it that way wherever I'm at. Like they gonna know we the Buffalo dudes.
I'm from Buffalo, where it's cold in summer.
For real.
So listen, man, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna blast off. I like to do like a rapid fire at the end, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna do like 3 rapid fire questions. Again, man, thank you so much for taking the time. This was incredible just to talk to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.
Very cool dude for sure. So,
man.
All right, cool. That's great, man. I love hearing that. So I'm going to blast these off here. Buffalo chicken wings, right? You like the flats or the drums, man?
I'm going to take a lot of scrutiny, but I like drums.
Yo, drums. I'm so sick of these guys saying the wings. There's just no comparison.
You get more blue cheese than drums than you do flat.
Yeah, you can slop it up. You can get in there with it, right?
Exactly.
I'm saying, dude, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, now if you had to name, give me two. This is rapid fire, right? So give me two of your most influential MCs, real quick, just two.
Two most influential MCs, Benny and Conway.
I bet, yo, they're gonna love that answer. They're gonna love that answer.
That's easy.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna put you right on blast then. All right, rapid fire 3. You cannot say yourself, right? Who's the rawest MC in the family? Who in Black Soprano family? Who's the rawest MC?
The rawest MC out of BSF is Heem. Heem is the rawest.
Who said that? You said that, Blake?
Yeah, he actually. Heem is the rawest.
What's up, baby?
He said, "I
Hey,
can't
what's
say
up,
me."
man? How you doing? So I gotta be on the lookout for that cat then, huh?
Yeah, he just dropped that album so crazy, man. Cradle to the Game is out everywhere. Stream it, run it up.
All right.
Nah. Heem stories is now when you gonna hit me back like, nah, you was right. He the raw.
No, dude, yeah, I am. I'm gonna listen to that joint when I get off this interview. I'm gonna listen to it. Well, listen, man. Again, I'm gonna let you get back to it. This was an absolute pleasure, bro. I'm gonna keep in touch with you. I'm gonna hit you up on IG, and as soon as we edit this and get it out, I'm gonna send it to you as well. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for having me once again. I'll see you around.
Ricky, be easy, man. Thanks.
Yeah, hell yeah, no doubt, bro.